So how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a hell of a year, if you know what I mean, and a hell of a winter, but I think we're at the point now where everybody is hibernating and trying to figure out what they're going to do for the summer camping trips, and that's essentially what we are doing too. But while we're planning our camping trips, we also like to plan what food we're going to make, and we feel that's an important part of the camping trip, as it should be. So stick around as we explore our favorite camping foods in the last few years, and they're really good ones, so stay with us.
So it's going to be a while before we go to Arrowhead for our cabin stay. So in the meantime, I thought I'd do a recap of our top 5 plant-friendly camping foods of all time. And just so you know, if you are a meat eater, feel free to sub in that part to our meals, because you know, it's all about the spice.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
Alexa, turn off.
According to Wikipedia, the
Alexa,
Spice Girls
stop.
I don't have an answer for that.
Once again, I hope you enjoy the portion of my campsite cooking on our camp trips. I believe it's an important part of the camp trip and should not be taken granted for. I mean, a couple of bad meals can ruin a trip, whereas a couple of good meals can make a bad trip not as bad. So please do like, subscribe, and comment if you like what you're seeing. There will be more content coming soon and some really good stuff, so stay tuned. It's going to be good. And without further ado, let's jump into this. And I can tell you this list is in no particular order, but at the end of the video, I will be telling you what my all-time favorite is. So let's check this out. Food and cooking, like most things in life, have always been an important part of the camping experience. Even my dad, who was only armed with a Super 8mm camera at the time, quite often filmed the campsite dinner, which usually consisted of an abundant number of fish that were available in the 60s. But that was then, and this is now. First up is the walking taco, a campsite classic. The best way to do it is to buy the mid-size bag at a variety store, cut the long side open, and just fill it with whatever you want. We do anything from veggie ground to cauliflower, and then also an assortment of pre-chopped toppings that will make your meal go quickly and smoothly. The nice part is not many dishes are involved, and this is usually a meal that works well on the first night. And you know what? It's super delicious, so it's a great way to kick off the trip. Our next big winner, which is more of a lunch and an excellent picnic road snack, is the chickpea spread sandwich. This sandwich essentially replaces tuna for us plant-based weirdos, but don't kid yourself. This sandwich spread is packed with an unfishy flavor and is very filling, to say the least. They hold up well for travel if you pre-make them at home, and they are budget friendly. If you want to give these a shot, check out my YouTube Shorts and Instagram page, where I post all my short instructional videos and recipes. The next best customer for the campsite is, I think, everyone's all-time favorite, the good old-fashioned burger. Whether it be meat for some folks or plants for me, anything you throw in between a bun at the campsite is one of the best things in life. What I love about the burger is how you can just throw it on a grill over the fire, and if you plan for minimal toppings, it's a quick, convenient, and in my books, a fantastic camping meal. The only downside being the condiments that require a bit of prep and organization, especially the fresh ingredients, like the tomato and lettuce, and if you're like me and enjoy the works, this can be a bit of a headache. For the plain ketchup guys, a pretty easy meal that almost goes hand in hand with a hot dog, but unfortunately, that didn't make the list. This next one is something I only tried once, which is the Juicy Marbles plant-based steak. Now, I know real steak is a camping favorite as well, but I haven't smelt it as much as in the past, and maybe it's the price, or people are just not eating as much of it. But back in the day when I did eat meat, the steak was something that just had to be on a camping trip. And I can honestly say that these Juicy Marbles, although just as expensive as steak, really hit the nail on the head for a savory, plant-friendly flavor. And the 3D layering technique that is used to simulate a real cutlet makes it that much more enjoyable. I was also pleasantly surprised that there were no scary chemicals in this product. Unfortunately, the price point and lack of availability make this a bit of a niche product, but nonetheless, if you find a small plant-based or vegan grocer that carries these, give it a shot. You won't be disappointed. And last but not least, we're going to go international here and give a thumbs up to one of our all-time Indian favorites, Chana Masala. This rich and spicy masala dish is full of flavor and will definitely warm the soul on those cooler fall and winter trips. The process of making the dish is quite intense, so I would always recommend making this at home and reheating it. I did make mine from scratch at a cabin, but I would not do it again. And you know what? If you can find an Indian restaurant close by, go out and grab some fresh naan, or bring some with you. Remember, camping is about taking it easy, so no need to overdo it. So that's all, folks. It wasn't an easy task choosing my favorite, and by this time next year it may be completely different depending on what we choose to make. Which, by the way, is a very important part of our trips and should be an important part of yours. So do stay tuned. We have Arrowhead coming up in late winter, if winter ever ends. And as usual, we have some completely different meals we're going to try out. And if you do have any recommendations for future meals, I would love to hear from you in the comments. And keep your eyes peeled for my recipes on YouTube Shorts. And by the way, my all-time favorite has to be the burger. Take care and see you soon.